I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're thrilled to welcome Nina Watare Kamwene. She is the author of a powerful book. It is called Simply a journey of a young woman from Africa to America with courage and determination. This inspiring memoir chronicles her remarkable odyssey from Africa to America, showcasing her unyielding courage, relentless determination, and the power of intention. Join us right now as we explore her incredible story of academic excellence, resilience, and the pursuit of a brighter future. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank our team at Atticus Publishing for helping us put her in the spotlight today, and we ask viewers like you to support authors like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her amazing book. The links are below this interview. Nina, so great to have you on our show today. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
This is such a remarkable story that begins at about the age of 11, when you decide to escape your circumstances and embark upon a journey to America. Tell us a little bit more about this.
Well, Logan, I was born during the World War in Kenya, where we were fighting the British. So it was like Ukraine. Think about Ukraine and Russia right now. That's how I grew up.
Right.
So it was during the war, and my mother had to take me to Nairobi because I was going to die of malaria. So when she took me to Nairobi, the war was so hard, we couldn't come back to the village. So as I was going to school when I was 11, I'm walking in the rain. You see the top of my book, just like me. And I had this little voice that said, one day you'll go far away from here. I'm 11 years old. I have no idea what that means.
Yeah.
And 10 years later, I'm in the City of Angels, going to school as a pre-med. That's how the universe works.
Amazing, amazing. So how did you get from Kenya to the United States? Did you go by yourself? Did your parents take you? Tell us a little bit about your immigration story.
Okay, so that's a very interesting question because I couldn't come here any other way except with a scholarship, international scholarship. And since Kenya was a British colony, I applied to go to school in England. My teachers were from Cambridge and London University, so they were helping me to get a scholarship there. But I couldn't get one. So because I was so bright, they found me an American scholarship. I cried. I said, I don't want to go there. I want to go to England. I cried because the British told us that you folks had slaves and you threw the tea in the Boston Tea Party. Oh, I did not want to come here.
Right.
But Logan, I took the scholarship.
Right. And where the scholarship was to what school? Where did you arrive?
From Africa to California State University, Northridge, right here in Los Angeles.
Amazing, amazing. You must have felt like you landed in paradise. Did you find America beautiful?
No, I felt like I landed in hell. It was 103 degrees. It was so hot. I come from 7,000 feet above sea level. I thought I had actually died and gone to hell.
Wow.
Temperature-wise.
Amazing, amazing. Well, you must have liked it because you stuck around.
Yes, I did.
Eventually, you learned to love it. Yep. But yeah, it can get quite hot especially if you're away from the shore in California, in LA. Your book emphasizes the importance of declaring your aspirations, declaring your dreams. That helped you, right, to accomplish them, didn't it?
Yes. And I was very blessed that Kenya was a British colony because while the men were fighting, the missionary women were collecting little girls like myself and sending us to school. God bless them.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I didn't get circumcised. That's the only reason I had education. So somehow or other, I was doing very well, and they saw who I was. Everything about me, Logan, was somebody else seeing my potential.
Amazing.
Somebody else seeing my potential.
We all need that in life. We need somebody to see what is special about you, what is different about you, what is better about you. Because if others can see it in you, you can see it in yourself, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Amazing.
Those British women saw that I had the brains. And do you realize, Logan, when I was 16 years old, they found me a job at the Kenya breweries. Kenya Tusker breweries. I was analyzing beer when I was 16 years old.
Amazing. Amazing.
Okay.
So you're a very, very bright person, and people realize that right away. And
Thank you.
fortunately, your good mind brought you to the United States. And at first, you found it was unbearably hot.
Yes.
But tell us about building a life here. What was it like? Did you feel inclusion? Did you feel prejudice? I know you had some fears about that because of our history of owning slaves.
Yes.
About that.
Yeah. Oh, that's a very interesting question because when I landed here in 1970, August 28, 1970, they had the Afro movement.
Right.
They had the big hair. They were
Hmm.
doing the black movement. I have no idea what they're doing. I had no clue. Okay.
Right.
But remember, Logan, I was always a very focused person.
Right.
I came here as a pre-med. I came here to go to school. I don't care about your movement. I am an African. I really don't care.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a job to do. So I didn't pay any attention to the black movement or whatever. I had no interest.
Right.
So I worked in the chemistry laboratory lab in school. I was at the health center. I was so focused. So I had no idea what was going on. So I just graduated and I didn't pay any attention. I only paid attention to America after I had graduated. And now I'm an American. That's the only time I paid attention. Otherwise, I was focused.
Yeah. Absolutely. What do you hope readers take away from your book? What do you hope they learn? What do you hope they experience? What do you hope the takeaway is?
The takeaway is very simple. We are all born with something that we came here to do. There is not a single human being, Logan, who doesn't have a purpose. There is something you came here to do, Logan. There's something every single person came here to do, to make a difference, to add value, to have an impact. It doesn't matter. Maybe it's being a mother, maybe it's being a gardener. It doesn't matter. The question is to go within and find out, what is it did I come here to do?
Mm.
What did I come here to do? And when you find out what it is, and how do you know by your passion, by what's pushing you? That's how you know. Then you decide to follow your heart. And then somehow or other, the universe finds you angels. The universe will always come through for you, but you have to tell the universe where you're going.
You,
You,
exactly. That's
okay.
the power of intention,
The power
of,
of intention.
yeah,
Consciously stating what I wish to accomplish, it's a first step to manifesting it.
exactly.
I
You got
must
to know
state it.
what you want before you can
Exactly.
accomplish it. It's like planning a
Yes.
trip. You got to know the
Yes.
destination, or you're not going to be able to map your
Exactly.
way there, right?
Exactly. Your GPS cannot take you to California, Logan, unless you tell it, I want to go to see Nina in Los Angeles.
Exactly, exactly. Without a doubt. And it's as simple as that. So
Yeah.
you can't just vaguely want a better life. You need to have concrete visions for what that life will be. And then you can
Yes.
figure out a way to get that better life. In your book, you mentioned that rejection can often be a form of divine protection. Tell us about
Yes.
that.
Yes. Do you remember when I got the American scholarship? I cried. I cried.
Yes.
I don't want to go there. They threw the tea in the Boston Tea Party. Naughty colonies, very naughty.
Right.
And then, but we took it, right? And can you imagine a year later, Logan, my British scholarship came through after I had signed everything about the American one.
Amazing.
That was
Amazing.
the universe saying, yes, we know you want to go to England, but we know you're alive 52 years from now. We're sending you
Exactly.
to America.
Yeah.
That's how rejection.
Yeah. Well, that's
See
what they
that?
say. God doesn't close one door without opening another. And
Exactly.
your destiny was to come here to the United States. And after
Exactly.
your initial fear of the
Yes.
Boston Tea Party and
Yes.
your initial fear of the heat, you realize
Yes.
this is a pretty great place. It's, in my opinion, it's unlike any other country in the world because we have people like you from Kenya that make it wonderful. People like my wife from China, who has a very
Oh,
similar
oh,
experience to you.
I've been
She
to China. I've been to China. Have I read my book? I talk about her country.
It's a beautiful country,
Yes.
and but she dreamed of getting out of it just like
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And she a scholarship to New
Yes.
York City and a university in New York got her out of it.
Yes.
So, there's angels among us who are helping us
Yes.
along the way because people helped her too. They
Yes.
saw
Yes.
what was special about her and helped her
Yes.
along. And it's a wonderful story. And that's what's beautiful about your story because we are a nation of immigrants. You know,
Yes,
whether if I was born here, my grandparents weren't, or whatever it is, or great grandparents. So everybody's got this great story of coming to America with hopes and dreams. And I
absolutely.
think your book really, really captures that. It gives
Thank
people
you.
courage to follow their dreams and know they
Yes.
can better their existence. It's really a wonderful story. It must have been great writing this book and reliving some of this. I mean, I'm sure parts of it were tough, but other parts were like remembering, this wonderful journey you took, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
I want to share something with you.
sure.
COVID was the best thing that ever happened to me. COVID. COVID is the best thing. Again, look, when God gives you lemon, you must turn them into lemonade.
Exactly.
I was
And that,
traveling the world. I had traveled, I had retired from medical. I was traveling the world. I had gone to 14 countries. I was intending to go to Armenia on July year 2020 because I'm a Christian and it's the first Christian country to become a Christian country. The president made it a Christian country. I was ready to go to Armenia July of 2020.
mm,
COVID stopped that.
right.
So in my book, I said, stop, look, and choose. So I was stopped.
Yeah.
And guess what? I wrote my book. I
Hmm.
became a coach, everything set up, coach, everything all done because of COVID. When
Exactly.
God gives you lemon, you turn it into lemonade. You don't argue with God.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And there is a purpose for everything. We just have to understand what that purpose is. And COVID was the best of times and the worst of times. Obviously, we lost people and it was a terrible time for a lot of folks. But a lot of folks reconnected with the person they loved because they didn't have the distractions all around them. They
Yes.
wrote beautiful books
Mm-hmm.
like you did that'll be passed along in your family for generations now.
Yes.
So, like you said, take those lemons, make lemonade. It's great advice. The name of this book is Simply a journey of a young woman from Africa to America with courage and determination. It's a great title because
Thank you.
that really says it all, but there's a lot in between the covers of this great book that will just inspire you. It chronicles Nina's remarkable odyssey from Africa to America, her dream of coming here when she was just 11 years old, showcasing her unyielding courage, her relentless determination, and the power of intention. Nina, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Thank you, Logan. God bless you and may you continue to share your gift.
God bless you. And I appreciate that. May you continue to share your gifts as well. The gift of your smile is among them because it makes people feel great. Thank you so much for being our guest. To the
Namaste.
folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time until next time on Spotlight.